Welcome to Life Around 40 podcast, episode 24. 24. How's everybody doing?
Needed to repeat that to make sure it
I-
existed there. Or
I just
something?
can't believe we still have things to talk about. I think that's the kicker for me.
Do we?
Ouch.
But do we? Or are we just randomly bullshitting? Let's.
I think more of the latter than the former, but still.
Yep.
So,
Hmm.
I mean, we've been on this earth for 40 years. You'd think we'd have something to talk about.
you'd think. I feel like I ran out of everything to talk about, though.
Oh no!
How's everybody doing this bitterly cold Tuesday night?
I heard it was pretty chill. I heard you guys had snow again.
Most of it's
That's lovely.
gone, but
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah.
it's still cold.
It was
So.
considerably colder today than yesterday. Just a damp, blistery kind of cold.
Yeah, not fun.
Damn.
Yeah.
So we had round 3 of our small group, and this one we're gonna do something interesting. So it was about aperture, which is like the size, the opening of your lens, basically. So we're gonna get some construction paper, cut out a star, a cross, a square, whatever you might, and we're gonna put that between like the lens and whatever you're looking at. Now you think a little square is it gonna block the whole lens? Miraculously, it doesn't. But like whatever is like out of focus and blurry will be that shape.
Yeah,
Mm.
I've
It's
seen that
weird.
before.
Yeah. So I thought it was bad. Like as our youth pastor and teacher is asking like what shape you're gonna make, the first thing to pop in my head was like a cock and balls.
Of
'Cause
course.
It'd be
I figured
hilarious.
as much.
You get that nice photo, your wife back there, there's just dicks and balls behind her. How stupid that would be.
It'd be. I feel like it'd be a lot easier to draw like a couple boobies. That'd be also very enjoyable. So, hold on, let me see that photo again. Yeah, nice.
Something I like about it, I can't quite put my finger
yeah,
on it. But
this picture's really calling to me. It's a tree. Yeah, I don't know. It's an incredible tree.
the one thing he said that like I was like wrenching like in my soul was he's like, and just take some scotch tape and tape it to your lens. And I'm like, no one's taping anything to these damn lenses. Like not happening, man. So I just ordered filters so we could just wedge it between the filter and the lens because no one's putting tape on a
That's
lens.
smart. That's
Yeah,
real smart.
Just not happening. It's also, for kids walking around with the lens, it's probably just a good idea to protect the lens. So
Yeah, I don't blame you having like a clear filter on it all the time just to help prevent scratch. So,
yeah,
Hmm.
agreed.
which I scratched my Apple Watch the other day. I'm not very happy. I went
Oh no!
many years without scratching it. I don't know what I did, but I looked the other day and I'm like, son of a bitch.
Is it a deep scratch or is it something
It's a pretty
you could
decent
buff
one.
out?
I'm not worried about it. It's so old and like the software is so far behind that I'm gonna run it till it dies. So I don't really care. It looks used now, so whatever. It's like buying pre-worn pants or jeans or whatever. You know,
Already
I don't know.
pre-broken in is what I say.
I don't know why anybody ever does that, but why don't you go outside and do some physical labor and then they will break in. So
I mean, I have used pants on that I got at Goodwill.
that's
So-
different. I'm
Oh,
talking about
is
the
it?
You
ones
sound
that you
like
buy
brand
that are
new,
like,
broken
yeah,
in.
like $130 worn in
that's dumber than
jeans.
hell.
Yeah. Oh, stone washed them, whatever.
My whole thing is I wear these to work, and if I rip them, it was $3.99 at Goodwill.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
I
I
can
went
see
and bought
that.
a $60 pair of
Hold on.
pants to climb around some stupid building.
Right.
Can you get your woman in check?
I will text it to you. Oh my god. She's scheduling a hair appointment and she needed, for some reason the code came to me, so I have to send it to her. Okay. All right. Love you.
I'm so
I got
glad
it.
she can't hear me.
Yeah, I got an when I said
Mm.
love you. That's you're in a good spot.
Oh no.
So, Taylor, anything new with you?
Nah, I'm just recovering from bronchitis, borderline pneumonia, but
I've had pneumonia before, and I've had bronchitis a few times. It sucks.
mm,
So I thought
probably
pneumonia was going to kill me.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm still not fully out of the weeds there, but um, oh, when was it? Friday? Because I canceled on you guys Thursday. I was trying, but it was just not working. And then I woke up Friday and I called off of work and went to the doctors and stuff, and it was just like, okay, and getting that lovely phlegm that was just all
Oh yeah.
brown and black, well, not blackish but brackish, and just like,
Black.
okay, that's cool, great, wonderful. So
See, if you have black phlegm, that's called the plague.
yeah,
Okay.
right.
Exactly.
Not that far gone yet, but working today, ran into somebody who has 3 weeks recovered from shingles. So I was like, okay, that's cool, great, thanks.
Cool. Thanks for coming around.
Yeah, right. So
You know what happened, don't you, Taylor? You
mm,
shaved your beard and you lost your
Yeah.
natural barrier.
It's like
well,
you're like
I was sick
They got
before
right in there.
that, I think.
Oh, so it's stuck in the beard.
Yeah, right.
who,
Well, no,
who's
what
that
I think
biblical character Samson.
Samson.
As
Yeah.
soon as you got rid of it, you lost your powers.
Well, I don't know
Idiot.
where the hell Delilah is, but um, but well, no, I think what happened was I was cleaning an area at work that was incredibly dusty, and a whole bunch of dust got in,
Yeah,
and
that does not
that's
help.
probably what got me. So,
Yeah, it's brutal.
but
It's not fun at all.
no,
So
but I'm doing a bit better. It's just the 5th day, so I still got a little bit of medicine. It's supposed to carry me for another 5. So
okay.
hopefully by then it'll be cleared
Perhaps.
out of the system.
Did you go
Perhaps
back
next
to
time
work
you should
yesterday?
wear. Oh,
I'm sorry, say that again, Grim.
Did you go back to work yesterday?
Yeah, I went back to work
Yeah, only
yesterday.
3 days off, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
next time
Alright.
wear an N95 mask before you start cleaning. Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Come on.
Something. Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Well, I didn't
Yeah.
expect it to been as dusty as it was, so.
I see.
But it is what it is. And then, but yeah, recovering from that, and then beyond that, not really much because of recovering from that. So,
Yeah, I get that. Kind of scuttles you quite a bit. So,
mm. How about yourself?
it's been. I'll tell you, I've been impressed. With the reading at least. I've for some reason I caught a reading bug, and I want to say 2 days ago I read through around a 400-page book in one day, which I have not done in a very very long time.
Nice.
And then yesterday I burned, and this one surprised me because I thought it was going to be more difficult. I burned through half of John Steinbeck's East of Eden. It's a good book. It's a very interesting book. It was a lot deeper than I expected it to be. I see why it kind of has the reputation it has of being this literary classic. It's been very enjoyable.
Yeah.
So, but that's been about it. Just working. Picked up a new game on the PlayStation called Dave the Diver. It's a lot of fun. You go during the day, you go deep sea diving, hunting for fish, and doing all these other storylines and stuff. And then at night, you run a sushi restaurant. So it's pretty fun. It's a fun little game to throw on.
The what was it? Last year, I think Bethesda, because they own the IP to Doom now and everything.
Mm-hmm.
They released an add-on to the original Doom 1 and Doom 2. They're called like WADs, or it's like where's all the data files and stuff. But an official like add-on called Legacy of Rust, which added in like a couple new monsters and took out the plasma rifle and the BFG and gave you 2 different, like one's called an incinerator, which is basically a flamethrower, and then another like kind of fire weapon sort of thing. Blitzed through that a little bit recently, so that was pretty fun.
You and those old Dooms.
I love them.
What was this? OG Doom, or just like the
it's
the
OG.
newer
It's
Dooms?
it's OG. It's using Doom 2's I'll like do Doom 2's information and data and stuff to make like all a bunch of new maps, and they put in their own uh, kind of textures for different walls and stuff. And really good. It was really fun. Like I was having a blast with it. So, and I ain't like super amazing like Zero Master, who's like the one of the speedrunners for Doom. Nothing like that, but like I was going through playing that on Ultra Violence and stuff and having a
Nice.
good time.
I'm like 90% of the way through the newer Doom 1.
Oh, the
And
2016.
I just haven't gone back to it. To
Mm.
get into a game right now, it just hurts my brain to think about.
I will say this, Drew. I played that one was 2016, wasn't it? I think that was the
Yeah.
2016 Doom. I played that one a bit, and it never really quite grabbed me. But then I played the next one, Doom Eternal, and I sunk quite a bit more time into that one. I enjoyed that one a lot more. So I've heard. Go ahead.
It's a neat pace of play.
Yes.
I've never had that pace of play another shooter where it's like a pure arcade adventure.
Yep.
I don't know, like
Very fast. I've heard good things and bad things about Doom: The Dark Ages. So
I won't play it.
if it's on a super deep discount someday, maybe. But I'm not running to
Yeah.
jump into it. So
Yeah, that's fair.
excuse me. My bed broke, and I've not been sleeping the best in it. So
How did your bed? I know how it broke, but what broke about it?
So it's one of those Sleep Number beds that has it's like a California King or something. It's got the 2 air chambers in it.
Yep.
The air chambers are internally sectioned off into smaller chambers, and something happened that the chambers between mine popped in one of them, so the air like rushes up in and it like makes a giant lump. So I had to set it really low instead of where I normally have it to keep it kind of flat. So
we know how broken. Good for
thank you. Thank you.
Good for you.
It's been on the list for a long time. What can I say? So no, in reality, I sat up one day and it did it. I sat up and I was like, and I'm like, God bless it.
Oh,
I wish it was that cool of a story.
My my friend Dave he has a air mattress, and in my single days, I'd crash at his place and he'd blow this air mattress up for me. But if I'm crashing at Dave's place downtown Houston, it's because I'm too drunk to drive home.
Yeah.
And this air mattress, I swore, was like arch shaped. So the whole night you're fighting not to fall off, and you're drunk. So it was a wild night, man. I was like, dude, you're gonna have to get another air mattress. Like, this one's not safe.
Well, it's kind of interesting. I enjoy the Sleep Number as much as I do because it's essentially an air mattress, but there's so many other layers on top of it that it like makes it feel just like a nice bed. When I sleep on regular air mattresses, I cannot sleep. They are so uncomfortable to me. I hate them.
Awful.
So I'd rather almost just sleep on like one of those sleeping pads or the sleeping bag. You know, I hate air mattresses. So
I agree.
So anything else anybody wants to talk about before we go ahead and jump in?
I don't think this is the week for me. I haven't had time to do anything. Been too busy.
Yeah, I mean that's every week for me. Not the busy part, just haven't done anything. So work has been very
Speaking of which, no, there are 2 things.
One Piece?
One,
We're
where you at? One Piece.
I haven't moved at all. I'm still at like 520
Wow.
something.
Okay.
So
This is it. This is the end for Graham. He's never going back.
oh, I'll go back. Don't worry. I just like I said, I've been reading and trying to not spend all my time watching One Piece. So
How's Chrono Trigger coming?
I haven't touched that since we talked about it the first time.
Drew,
That one will never
there's
finish.
there's
one will never
rumblings that
happen.
there's a remake coming on that.
Yeah,
Did
I
you
saw
hear
something
that?
about
Like,
that today.
Really?
Yeah.
You'll never play
yeah.
it, so.
Oh, I'll play it for like 2 hours and then
So
I'll walk away from it forever.
What system
Not-
are we chatting about?
Well, it's not really anything. They just like kind of the rumblings are that they're doing a proper,
Man,
probably something akin to what they did with Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior 1, 2, 3, where they did
came
that
out on
2 point.
everything?
They're
Well,
doing
they did that
well. I've heard they're doing
2.5
well.
art style.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Well, I don't care about that, but like, was that on PC?
Oh yeah, it's on a whole
Like,
bunch of.
dude,
Yeah, I think
I'm a
it's on
step.
all flat. I think it's on all
Yeah.
platforms pretty much.
Yeah, it'd be.
I'm like a step away from a Steam Deck or something, man. I think those are just the coolest things.
Yeah.
I've thought about it. If I had the money I could burn on something, I think it'd be fun to have one of those. Because there's a lot of times I want to play a computer game, but I don't want to sit in here and play it. I want to go sit in my chair and play. Just play the PlayStation as much as I do. I also keep seeing these rumors. I don't know if it's true or not. I like the Far Cry series for the most part. The fifth one, the one set in America, was like my favorite. That one was a ton of fun. And I keep seeing the next one they're going to do, 7, I think it is. It's going to be set in like New England, northern New England, and a cult kidnaps your family. And you have 72 hours, like a real in-game timer. I don't know how I feel about that, to go rescue your family. And I was like, that sounds like it could be kind of fun. You know, I mean, that sounds pretty interesting. But we'll see. It could just be a rumor.
I've honestly never played any of the Far Cries.
Drew, have you seen anything about this Crimson Desert that's getting ready to come out here, I think, this month?
If it's a video game, I know nothing.
It looks pretty awesome. It looks pretty good. So you should pull up some videos and watch it.
Yeah. It's not that I dislike games. I'm out of the loop. I'm not buying a PlayStation 5, then a PlayStation 5 Pro, and then I'm just not doing it anymore.
I've heard all those new consoles are getting pushed back too.
2029 is what I heard for the PS5. That's all because of the RAM.
Yep. Which that stuff's crazy right now. That's affecting us at work. A bunch.
Yeah. Hey, Kaylin.
Yeah.
Stop throwing a fit.
Good luck.
I see her just slam her desk right over my shoulder every so often. Don't know where she gets it from.
Topic of the week.
All right, you ready?
Sure.
All right.
Oh, wait, is it me? All right, man. Hey, topic of the week. So, looking back at my life and all the failures that I've had here, I thought to myself, what the indeed?
What a wonderful world.
I thought to myself, what did I want to be when I grew up? What am I now? And if I could go back and change something, what might it be? So, I'll kick us off with the what did I want to be when I grew up, and then we'll round robin. So, when I was younger, I wanted to be some sort of a fix-it guy, electrician. I remember I took everything I could apart in the house. I probably should have died. I learned how electricity worked with a fork. I tried to change an outlet with a phone jack so I could have a phone in another room. Those wires were not the same.
No.
We had this great family radio. I wanted to know how it worked. I also had no idea how to put it back together. It was all these things, and then I had so many failures through so many years that when I became an adult and things actually started working, it was such a great moment.
Yeah,
that I wasn't just Savco the Destroyer. So, but yeah, I wanted to be some sort of a super handyman electrician extraordinaire. So, young me, and that was a floating laundry basket.
That was incredible. That you got ghosts, Drew.
I am terrified.
So are we going to start just by going around and everybody saying what they wanted to be, and then go back around with what they are now?
Sure.
Taylor.
Okay. I would probably split it up between two different things as a kid. One, for whatever reason, I wanted to do brain surgery. It would be like a brain surgeon, and couldn't really tell you why. Maybe because it was just like I've always felt that there's got to be something a little bit different with my noggin just from like the hearing thing, and I wondered like how differently that would be for other people and stuff. And um, it was more of just a passing kind of interest in that, and also like an wanted to be like an astronaut. Um, because I've always found space to be really interesting. Space is it's one of those things that I like. I used to have a telescope, and I do a lot of like night, um, I guess night watching, stargazing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, but more of just like a fleeting fancy and just kind of a side thing. Never really been the uh I don't know, it never really gave me the pull to do something for like a job or anything. I don't know why. I don't, but it just never did. Much more of like a sample a little bit here, sample a little bit here, sample a little bit
Yeah.
here kind of guy. So I, those are two as a kid I remember wanting to be. So
Hmm.
yeah.
I like it.
Um,
Probably explains why you always wanted to have a knife and stab people. You
that
could
is true. Yes.
have tested on them.
Oh yeah,
Get it?
yeah. I don't know about that one.
Kind of like Taylor, and I'm sure most kids, you kind of bounce around things too when you're little. There was one point where we were going to not Cedar Point, but SeaWorld all the time, and I thought it'd be so cool to be a marine biologist. Um, then I kind of grew out of that, and like every kid, I had that streak of wanting to be an astronaut and go to space camp. I wanted to go to space camp so bad. Brittany still to this day wants to go to space camp, but I always thought like growing up, I was like I always wanted to join the military and maybe somehow become a fighter pilot. I would have loved it. I think Top Gun had a lot to do with that. I think they said Navy recruitment jumped like 500% when that movie came out or something
I
crazy
believe it.
like that. Which, um, so I had a bit of that when I was a kid, but with the heart issue, I was never going to go into the military. So that was always kind of like, as I got older, I'm like, well, I can't do that. And one of the biggest ones for me, and I actually did some training for it. And I was told I also couldn't do this because of my heart, because insurance would never cover me. Was uh, my uncle's a firefighter, and I always kind of grew up idolizing firefighters. Even as a kid, people were like, would you ever want to be a cop or a firefighter?" It was firefighter 100%. I never wanted to be a cop, but I did some fire training and stuff, and then I was told that I was too risky of a case, and that insurance, even if I got on a department, which was unlikely because it's already so hard to get on, that an insurance company would never cover me at that department because the number one killer of firefighters is actually cardiac arrest. Um, so they were like, well, that's not going to work. But those
Yeah.
are probably my two biggest ones. I was real deep into the firefighter thing for a long time. So I was,
Hmm.
to this day, I'd still would do it. So if I could,
Bet you look just great in that outfit too.
I did when I wore it. It was awesome.
Damn right.
I wish I had some more
Damn
pictures
right.
of it. I have like one picture of it, I think, and I can't find it anymore. So,
Such as tradition.
yes, pretty much.
All right, so I grew up and I became an automation specialist. Um, been doing this crap like my entire adult life, and I wonder what I did to deserve such a punishment. But it's really it's it's a good job. I definitely do fix things. I use tools all the time. More of a computer these days, or this computer up here really has to put in the work. I find that in my new role as the supervisor of uh, all the specialists, um, it's hard pulling back from the work more and more, and just teaching people what I've learned. And it's there's still days I'm like, they're paying me money and I don't deserve it because I didn't do anything today. But then you look at your phone call log and you took 35
Yeah.
phone calls. You're on the phone for 5.5 hours. It's wild. It's just a
Yep.
wildly different thing.
World for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So while the body's not tired after work, my mind is it's just destroyed. So, oh well, it's getting old.
Yeah. So you're adjacent to what you wanted to be as a kid. You know, you definitely were fixing stuff, and there was a lot of
Yeah.
troubleshooting involved. So, still is.
I mean, yeah, and I mean, you know what, MacGyver was a lot of that for me. And
Mm,
whenever I'd like wire up a panel, in my mind, I was wiring up a bomb or I was diffusing a
For
bomb.
sure. For
You
sure. Yeah.
know,
Doing something super cool.
yeah.
Not just wiring up a VAV box. Yeah.
Here we go. And then so oftentimes I did let the magic smoke out, so you could say it
I've
went
done that
off.
too. Done that too.
It was like that when I got here. Very
Mhm.
cool. No, we're in the middle of our podcast. Go away. I love you. He made a cool Lego. He wants to share, but another day, another time.
Mhm.
Maybe
Taylor,
after
take it
we
away.
maybe
Mhm.
after
Take
we
it
get
away.
done recording.
All right, right. There you go. So, I guess like currently, I am a very simple person, and I'm just doing delivery work. I drive around a truck, drop off foodstuffs to people. Um, yeah, I taught for a few years. I worked as like managers at places for a few years, and I mm, don't necessarily dislike it or anything like that. It kind of allows me to be able to drive around and see places I haven't seen or gotten to be around very much. Like depending on the day, I'll go all the way down to into West Virginia, um, Vienna, Parkersburg, or like Marietta or something, or just kind of go through the nice
Mm,
areas of like Athens County and stuff like that, or go up to Mount Vernon or out to Coshocton, Newcomerstown or something. Um, so yeah, it's nice to be able to do that. The my thing is a lot of the work that I've done has been very mm, I don't say isolating, but more singular. So it's like doing the teaching stuff, kind of just working as a teacher, doing um for a while there I was helping the oh, oh working well, it wasn't singular at that point doing that sort of thing, but more so the teacher stuff kind of really just isolated me for a very long time with that. And then um it, especially coming back and then like dealing with other people, I it was really it's really I have the patience for it when trying to deal with like as like a worker, but in the same hand there's a lot of times and I imagine doing any sort of supervising thing where you just want to strangle the people
all the
working
time.
underneath you, right? So it's kind of like, okay, especially when it's like you can't get through to them, and they're just really adamant that this is how they saw it, and you're like, okay, that's not how it transpired, but let's try to like work through this. But yeah, it's eventually I got a bit tired of doing that, so I was like, you know what, just kind of doing some delivery work is fine for me. I'm pretty low key kind of guy, so.
Now, when you taught in Japan, did you what's your degree in? Because you graduated from college, right?
hmm Yeah,
What's your degree?
it wasn't in like English or education. I started to do that. Um, it's just Asian studies with history. Those are the two. And so
And so
absolutely useless.
how did teaching in Japan just I don't think I've ever learned that.
In like what do you like?
How did you just fall into teaching in Japan?
Well, that was happenstance because that was the last year at Bowling Green, and then somebody had come back that last year I was there because his father had passed away, and he wanted to kind of talk about it. And he's like, "Hey, if anybody's interested, let me know. Who'd be graduating and stuff." And I was like, "Well, I'm graduating. I'll let you know." And did all the interviews and stuff, and they they were fine with me, and so I went over there, and um like how it worked for me, it was kind of we had a contract through the city for this company, and the uh, company had a contract through the city, but I worked for the company, and I would go to a bunch of different schools, and a lot of it would like they would have the because there were a lot of smaller schools. I think I might have mentioned it at some point, maybe not on the podcast, but just in general. One of the schools I taught at had like 38 kids from
Oh,
first grade all the way to sixth.
wow.
So for the whole thing, and that person Nick, he did such a good job setting up a nice just repertoire and everything, and then I'm from Ohio, he's from Ohio, so I kind of they're kind of got that expectation, and then I carried that, um, and it made it my own kind of thing with like the those three of the elementary schools would funnel into one of the middle schools I taught at, and they would by the end of the time I was there, and even the year prior, so like by the fifth year slash the fourth year, the kids that were coming in were so advanced that they'd probably be able to do like second and third year middle school English and stuff because they were able to read things phonetically and do that because I was just making my own like lesson plans for them and stuff. And then when I was gone, the other teachers there would kind of take all of that stuff to kind of continue in their own little ways, because I was only be at like one of the schools because I'd go depending on the year, I'd be at maybe like five elementary schools, two middle schools. And then so it's like you're going to some of them once, twice a month, and then some you're at for like a week for the per month. So you try and bounce around, and of course you got to adjust it. Okay, this class only has 6 kids, so and they're pretty well adapted to it. So we're gonna have this kind of lesson for these kids. There's about 35 of them, and they're a bit obnoxious, but that's okay. We could still have fun. We will still figure something out, right?
Yeah.
So you just kind of it's a nice way of balancing it and stuff. But yeah, but
Huh.
I don't know if that fully answers
You got
what
most.
you
I was
asked, but
I was always curious how the hell you just ended up over there
oh,
doing that.
it was just random happenstance.
Such is
So
life.
Pretty
right.
much. Yep.
So I mean, I had initially tried to get there before graduating or like uh, ramping up my graduation for the semester, but so there wasn't. That was like graduating there in '09, right? That's right when the housing market was hitting heavy. So it was a bit more difficult, and then it was just kind of like okay, all right, and then that happened. I was like okay, all right,
Yeah.
sweet. And that was when I went to Japan on a one-way ticket with $300 to my name.
That's how you do it,
Nice.
buddy. Immerse yourself.
Yeah. All right. I still tell people that,
Burns?
and they're like, "How did you? That's absolutely insane." I'm like,
Still alive, kicking.
Well, that's not the important thing. It's more like, yeah, you do something, do something.
Yeah.
So,
Um, I started very much like Drew. In fact, we started pretty much the same company. He was a year or two ahead of me, I believe. I think it was only a year or two, wasn't it? Or was it more than that?
Yeah, something. It wasn't much. Yeah.
Because I came pretty much right out of high school as well. Um,
Different
so
days, man.
he started the same way I did, kind of pulling cable, for everything, just getting dirty, learning the industry. And where he went to automation, I got pulled kicking and screaming into security and fire safety. Um, do I wish I could go back and go in automation? Hell yes. Yes, I do. But life is as it is, and you make do. So I started there. Now I'm in sales for security systems, fire alarm systems. So kind of fire adjacent, not a firefighter, still protecting buildings. The only time I rub shoulders with firefighters though is when they come into a building and tell me how screwed up all my stuff is. That's about it. But now kind of worked my way up like Drew did. Started as a technician for a long time, then moved into a little bit of project management, design work, that kind of stuff. To where finally they decided to let me start selling, and I got enough people skills that they're like, all right, this guy's not a complete idiot in front of a customer. So I will say it's one of the few industries I've found out there that you can be, if you know what you're doing and you put your time in, it can be fairly lucrative for not having a college education. It's almost trade adjacent. I don't know that I would call it a trade, but it's very, very close to a trade. It's kind
It
of adjacent
is.
to many. It's trade adjacent, construction adjacent. It's a weird industry that I didn't even know existed when I was in school. Um, but that's what I do now. I sell stuff um, for security and fire. It's not at all what I ever imagined I would do. Not where I thought I
Yep.
would be. When I say there are times I absolutely hate it, there is. I think everybody can say that about their job for the most part. But it's one of those I've spent around 15 years doing it now. So you learn to appreciate things and you do start to love certain things about the job. So, and the challenge that can come with it. But where I thought I would be as a kid is nowhere where I am now. But I'm happy I landed where I did. It was kind of by happenstance as well. Friend's father got me into the industry and I just made it work. So,
Yeah.
can't say I regret it. Who knows where I'd be otherwise, but
Sure.
not anywhere where I thought I'd be as a kid. That's for sure. I didn't even know it existed as a kid, and I never wanted to work in trades or electrical or anything like Drew. The only thing I went to school for a little bit after high school for computers and spent more time screwing off than going to class, which is funny because everybody works on computers now, and I don't know that that career would have been as lucrative as I thought it was going to be when I was a kid when I first got into it.
Yeah.
Especially with a lot of the outsourcing and stuff. It's very hard to outsource my job. Luckily, you got to be pretty present and you got to know quite a bit. I put myself in a
Yep.
position where I can be, everybody's replaceable. Don't ever think you're not replaceable, but it's harder to replace me.
Yeah. It may
So,
will hurt them for a while. They'll feel the burn with our
yeah,
absence.
they'll feel it, but if by God, if they need to, they'll do it. So don't put it
I
past them.
I
Any
would
of them.
say awkwardly, I felt safer 2 years ago because I was very customer facing,
Yes.
and when you work hard for a customer and your work shows through, they support you. You get fired, you go work for them, or you're in
Oh
front of
yeah.
other trades and they know your reputation and they'll take you on. Now it's like I'm the guy in the back and like, Drew
Oh
still
yeah.
do things. People see me on a ladder and like, oh, look at this guy on a ladder.
Yeah, it's like you know where I started, right? You really
Yeah,
that's I don't know if you feel this way or not, but I feel like because I've been to a few new companies that you haven't. But coming in as a salesman, even though I spent 15 years in the field installing, doing all the things these guys are doing, answering questions for them, they still look at me like I'm not one of them. You know what I mean? They're like, "Oh, this guy's not one of us. He's not a technician." And it's like, you realize I cut my teeth too. I went through the same
mm-hmm.
crap you're going through. I know how you feel. That's why I was always so sympathetic when I was in charge, not in charge, but I would do scheduling for technicians. And trust me, it sucks to call them at 5 o'clock and be like, "Hey, man, I need you to run over here and do this." And they'd start complaining, and I'm like, "Dude, I get it. I used to do it too. You know what I mean? I was on call all the time. It sucks, but we got to take care of this. It's how the business is."
I have worked 34 hours straight on a job,
Yeah,
having like food delivered because I didn't even have enough time to leave to go get food, and I pissed on a roof because the guys who were escorting said, "I'm not taking you down. You go over there."
yeah.
Okay, you
That's
know.
so. It's like, trust me, we've earned our stripes. It's not like we just because I've worked with some salespeople and some upper management that have not earned their stripes, and they have
Yeah.
no realistic idea what it's like out there, and it's brutal to work with them. But I've noticed when I go around technicians now, no matter what I do or say, they will not accept me into the clan. So I don't know what it is, but
Yeah,
you know what?
it's
If that's the cost of climbing that ladder a bit and getting more successful, that's a price I'll pay. So
I find like when I do go out to the field to help one of my guys, like, oh, no, you get the computer, I'll get the like, oh no, I got it. I'm delighted to climb that ladder and do something
yeah,
different for a couple of hours, you know? Because
yeah,
there's days I don't want to ever go back to it, but there's days I miss bending conduit. Like that was something you could go. You're working with your hands, you bend it, well, you sucked at it.
yeah. I was terrible at it. I was
It
god
was
awful at
art,
it.
right? And you had this goal. Hey, I'm going to put in 200 feet of conduit today. I'm going to go from point A to point B, and you get that done, and it looks good, and you could go home saying, "I got it done." You know, where now my goals are a lot different. It's like, okay, I got to keep these 16 people going. Got to
Yeah,
make sure we get to these jobs, and I don't even know. You know, I know what they're working on. I know he's doing point to point. I know this guy's doing boxes, right? I know this guy's working on graph. I know the basics. I don't know what the goal is. I don't know if it's what air handler, how many boxes. You know, I read that on their end of day report. You know, Monday morning.
yeah.
So
Well, and see, you're in a good place too because you have a lot more interface with the technicians because you're supporting them and you're the
sure,
manager or whatever. In sales, you don't have that.
no,
Trust me, I
you're
I
that
know what these guys
You're
think of
that
sales.
douchebag. All you do, you go have drinks, you go have
Yep,
free lunches.
yep.
You know, that's all you do. You put
That's
in no nights. You're never looking at submittals. People just gift you things at
yep,
brunch one
100%,
day.
one
That's all
hundred
you
percent.
do.
And because I'm salary, I don't even have to put in all my hours except for the nights I work through quotes and the weekends I look at stuff and the phone calls I take at Disney World at 7 o'clock at night. Yeah, except for that. But I get it. I was a tech looking at sales guys too. He's the idiot that goes out, over promises, and comes back with a half baked plan. You know what I mean? That's what they see, and I get it because I felt the same way when I was in the field. What is this idiot
Absolutely.
selling, and what is he telling the customer because he's a moron?
Yep.
And then I got into it, and I was like, it's a lot harder than I expected it to be. Man, it's a lot
Yep.
here to consider.
Again, it's
But
a lot of different kind of work, you know. And if you sell a horrible job, you miss, you know, $500,000 in something, your company's got to eat it.
oh
You
yeah,
know,
and they're gonna
maybe
let you
you
know
get the
it too.
change order, maybe you don't. Probably you don't.
Yep.
And, you know, a lot quicker way to be walked out of a building being in sales than anything else.
Yeah. I had a job not too long ago that they came back and said I missed something, and it was a luckily I did not miss it. They misread something or whatever, but it was a massive miss that they said I had. And I was like, that's probably the closest I've been fired, closest I've been to getting fired as a sales guy. Is if I had actually missed this, it would have been a huge deal. Luckily, I did not
Yeah.
miss it. So, because it can burn you and it can burn you fast. This is why I don't like bid work, is because the way they write it, you have to have a lawyer come in and read the damn thing to you
Yeah.
and point out everywhere they've got, there's a get you, there's a get you, there's a get you, to where anything you tell them, they're gonna be like, nope, it's right here, right here. Well, you put it in Latin. How am I supposed to know that? You know what I mean? So over here is Russian. I don't speak Russian. So, but you know what?
Yeah.
It's all right. So it does come with its perks. You're right. We do get the free lunches occasionally, and we do get to do the company events.
One.
And you know what? Some of those company events suck. You
They
don't
do.
want to do them. So, but
Yep. All right, and to finish off topic of the week, uh, if you go back and change it up, would you? So for me, I think about what I'm really interested in now. Like, right, I never had a delusion of grandeur that I'd be a professional athlete. I definitely don't have the focus for that. It's just not my thing.
yeah,
But like now being like into photography and videography, I'm like, would I go back and like maybe take that up? And then the answer is going to be a hard no. I like playing video games. I don't touch video games anymore because I don't want to be in front of a computer anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, I could play on a console, but like I literally get sick of the iteration consoles. Like it's I think it's horrible. So I I want to enjoy my hobby as my hobby. That I want to use that as my retreat from work. My treat for a long week of work. I get to go out and do something fun, either with myself or with the family. And so I like what I do well enough. If I didn't, I think I would find something else. But I'm gonna say I don't think I'd really go back and change much. I mean, I'd like to make twice as much as I do now, but
Yeah.
this is not feasible. It's not a realistic expectation.
Taylor?
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know. I think it would just because more of just out of curiosity's sake to see what differences would be more than anything. Make the choice not to come back or something, or um, I don't know if I would stick around doing like store manager stuff. Like that was driving me up a wall. Um, So I think dipping my toes into that and being like, yeah, this isn't really for me because I will the way upper management wants to strangle you and tie both arms behind your back to try to do anything. It's like no, but yeah, I think that would be the big one. Like if like not coming back to the States or something, just to see how that would go. Um, but or even peel that back further and be like not even go, and then just how differently that could be, but I don't know. Maybe for maybe for the next loop around, I guess.
Yeah. I would say for firefighting, if I could go back and didn't have a heart condition and I knew I had a very realistic, good shot at becoming a full time firefighter, absolutely. I don't even think somebody would have to ask me twice. I still think it's the coolest job on earth. You're part of a brotherhood. You get to do fun stuff at work. Get it, people are in danger, and it's a dangerous situation. That's not lost on me at all. But I just think it's the coolest job. I think those guys are so lucky to be able to do what they do every day. And I would go back and do it in a heartbeat. Anything else? Maybe fighter pilot, maybe. But even then, I'm like,
how's your vision? How's your
not
vision?
great, not great.
Oh well, then, look, you're asking for a lot of health conditions to
me.
be reversed.
I, from a health and medical standpoint, am out of most really cool jobs. So pretty much immediately. But yeah, if I could go back and be a firefighter, I would in a heartbeat.
So real quick, what's the best firefighting movie of all time?
I
A
only
lot of
know
people
of
say
one.
Backdraft,
Yeah, it's the only one I know
which
of.
is a good
I
movie.
mean,
The one with Joaquin
Kurt
Phoenix.
Russell,
is
man.
a
Ladder
Laddie
49.
That's probably my favorite. I love that movie.
And then the only one I'm really aware of is like the Towering Inferno. That's a
Yes.
vintage.
That's a real old one, yeah.
It is. It's classic.
The show with that Irish comedian. He's not Irish. He's Irish descent. He's from New York.
Oh, Leary.
Yeah, Dennis Leary.
Dennis Leary. His firefighter.
I know what you're
show's pretty
talking
good
about.
too. I can't remember.
Yeah, I
the
don't
name.
know.
It's been years since I watched it.
Me either, but I know what you're talking about.
That one was good.
Something called like Man on Fire or something like that.
That might
No,
be it.
that's a
That's
great
movie.
Denzel
That's a
Washington
Denzel
movie.
Washington movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can't
He
think of what
was
it's
on
called.
fire. He put a bomb in a guy's butthole. That's a great movie. You let me go. Oh no, I gotta go, but you. Bye. You don't ever want to blow up from your butthole, man. That's not the way to go.
That don't sound too good.
No. But hey, don't kidnap kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leave them alone.
It's moral of the
Leave
story.
kids alone. Yeah.
Don't be kidnapping.
Yeah,
it's
leave
bad.
them kids alone.
Our top 3.
All right, my topic is top 3, and top 3 this week is top 3 things you would do if you won the lottery. Now, we discussed this before. Ground rules are no realistic stuff. Everybody's going to pay off debt. Everybody's going to set up their kids, trust funds, whatever. Let's do fun things. So, what are the pie in the sky things you would do with your lottery earnings, if you will? And I'll go ahead and start. My number one, because I love my wife and I someday still hope to be able to do this. The first thing I would do is I would take her to a Jeep dealership and I would let her design and pick out the most badass Jeep to her pure specifications of exactly what she wanted in it, on it, what it to look like, how it works, and let her just essentially run wild and spend as much as she wanted on it. That would be the very first thing I would do. That would be like the week after we had it all taken care of. Maybe after the manager meetings appointment, we're going to go to the Jeep dealership and get that thing ordered.
Sure.
So that's going to be the very first thing. She's wanted one since she was a little kid. It's my goal in life to get her one someday. But it'd be cool just to let her run wild and get the one of literally her dreams. So
Or the base model's fine too.
if I have that kind of money, she can have whatever Jeep she
Sure.
wants, buddy. They can design a whole new one just for her. I don't care. So, but that'd be
I
the
like
very
it.
first thing I did.
Cool.
Nice.
All right. I'll kick off number 2, eh? So this one is, I've talked about this for years. I would buy a road of houses on both sides, right?
Okay.
They don't have to be extravagant homes. I'm not a fancy guy. I don't want to have to clean, 5,000 square feet. I don't want that. But be like, friends and family, pick out a house. Graham, you're down the street over here. You're 7-iron away. I want to go play golf. I'm going to hit 7 irons at your house. Bust out a window. I don't give a damn. Break the siding. I don't care. There'll be some extra stuff in the garage for you to fix it later because the house was free. You can fix the siding.
That is true.
Yeah. Someone's over there. I want to play paintball. I'm just going to pepper the house with paintball. Hey, let's go. Like, it's going to be like, the Dream Factory, Rob Dyrdek's Dream Factory. We're just going to go crazy all the
Oh
time.
yeah.
It's going to be
Just
great.
doing whatever we want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of the idea of like a compound instead of a row, like a street of houses? Like buying
Sure, but,
property and everybody builds a house on the
It's a-
property.
I feel like I
Same
could
thing.
find a nice, decent neighborhood and just tell people to get the hell out.
Probably
know.
could.
But I mean, yeah,
Everybody out.
I could do a compound.
I
Like,
am the homeowners association.
On a similar note, there, I've often thought about doing the compound of tiny homes, and
Oh, yeah.
making it look like an old fashioned like Western city. You know?
Okay.
You
That'd
got
be
your
cool.
saloon right there. You got like your video game one down there.
And
have
they're
fun.
actively running. So, like, you want a drink, you just go down to your saloon that's ran by a
Absolutely.
bartender and everything. That'd be wild.
I mean, it could just be one of us takes turn being the bartender. So
that's fine.
what
Yeah.
ails you, partner?
Anybody here want some sassafras? That'd be fun.
But
That's a good one.
Just have fun with it, right? Just fun.
Hmm.
I know a couple people that have mentioned to me, they're like, if I ever won the lottery, we're
don't
we're
have
all
to call,
moving to
buddy.
one place and we're all living in separate houses in this one place. We're gonna do whatever we want. And I was like, all right.
Now, do you think you'd still have a job?
I think I would have to do something. But it would probably be a job that I actually want to do and want to spend my time doing. But I think
I
I would
could
have
be
to
a
do
Walmart.
something.
I could be a Walmart greeter, no problem.
I would hate to just stand there.
No, no
I
one's
don't-
calling anybody at this hour.
I don't like other people enough
Can you all
to.
bother your mom while I'm doing this? That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I
Great.
don't like people enough to like stand there for hours and greet them. I'd go find something I wanted to do. So I figured you said you were going to buy where they play Augusta. You'd buy Augusta.
I want to buy Augusta. I couldn't afford Augusta. Like,
You think you could
But,
afford a
like-
membership where you could
Oh,
play
no.
once every 3 years?
yeah, no. If I could buy a golf course, it'd be like Wyandotte.
That'd be
Like,
a fun one. Just a
right?
small local muni.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just have a blast all the time on it.
That's
Mhm.
true. That is the way to go. You don't want to go some super hoity-toity high end. You want to keep it
Nope.
down to earth.
Have
Yeah.
I ever seen Soupy? What the
Soupy.
hell is Soupy? Have I ever hoity-toity to anybody?
I don't
Like,
know, Drew. That kind of money, you might be walking around in a top hat and a monocle for all we know.
see,
Yes.
that would just be to be a dumbass, though. I wouldn't be serious.
That's your mayor outfit for your street.
Oh, evening, folks.
Out for a walk, I see. That's
Ah,
hilarious.
My goodness.
Taylor.
Oh. So, I I guess I'll go. I'll continue the chain of the spirit of giving here for this one. I went to not Bowling Green. How about Big Walnut? Big Walnut when I was in elementary school. And in 5th grade, there was this woman that came in who had just a massive amount of costumes, and for I want to say it was for 9 weeks. It might have been a little bit longer, but we basically spent that time learning all about Shakespearean plays and the time period. We even got to perform like sets of acts from different Shakespearean plays at the end of the year and stuff. And it was a big deal to do at Big Walnut um, for 5th graders and stuff. And I would want to be able to kick that back and do something similar for like a few elementary schools to have just a whole like it was a massive amount of like costumes and stuff for the kids and stuff so they could kind of be able to focus and maybe find some fun out of that because I always had a really really fun time with that and I thought that was really fun. I think that would be a something to like I don't know I don't even know who the woman was or anything like to be honest. I don't know if she's still alive, if they even still do that at Big Walnut, but I thought it was a really cool thing that she did and that we did there, and it would be something that I would like to do for other
Mhm.
kids and stuff. So
Yeah, that is
Hmm.
a nice one. Very cool.
yeah, it's well, a little different there. Plus, it's like you could, you know, to quote unquote maximize it, you could do like a whole bunch of, one school district, do one 9 weeks, and kind of shift over to
Yeah.
another 9 weeks, kind of thing. So,
So, would you try to keep it local, or would you try to expand it to where you have people operating this thing in like other states and stuff?
I would try to be as wide a net as possible. I think would be kind of I would feel would be
Almost
you
start like a
know
foundation for it, kind of deal.
I was
yeah,
gonna
kind
say
of
the same
yeah.
thing. Have a freaking foundation and just get donors and investors and just grow the shit out of it.
Right. Just as it's just something because I think that's because I think as well that also provides for some kids a nice escape, even for just a little bit from whether that's escape from hell at home or hell with other students or what have you. So
That's a nice one.
yeah, back over to you, Graham.
My second one's not nearly as nice. But I would, Brittany and I would sit down and figure out, and I'm going to tie kind of two into one because I kind of one goes with the other. We would sit down and find out where we really wanted to live if it wasn't in Drew land, as I'm calling it. Um, Either somewhere with a very, very big lake or on the ocean somewhere. Buy not a massive house, but a moderately nicely sized house that would be comfortable right on the water. Um, Preferably in a quarter to I've always liked Oregon a lot for that. You're right out there on the water, it's not super hot. Um, and get a sailboat. I've always wanted to own like a nice, not a yacht per se, but like a bigger sailboat that I could take a family or two out on. And just go sailing around the bay or off the water there wherever I'm living and just kind of spend my free time doing that. I think I've always wanted to learn how to sail. I love boats. I love being on the water. I love being near the water. Put it down to growing up in Ohio, where literally the shallowest Great Lake is the only thing that borders us when it comes to water, unless you want to consider Alum Creek a man-made puddle. Um, but I've always, I'd immediately move somewhere near the water, somewhere I wanted to live near the water in a nice place where I could literally walk out my back porch and see the water. West Coast, less hurricanes. So
There's always been something like really like the only that way I can phrase it's like lake culture.
yeah, for sure.
Like even like look at like East Knox there in Apple Valley
Oh yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
big.
It's just oh, it's gotten massive now. Yeah,
For as crappy as Buckeye Lake is, they have a big lake culture over there.
yeah.
Especially how small it is. The thing is tiny.
I think the deepest part of it's like all about 11, 14
Oh
feet.
yeah. They have issues all the time of it being too shallow.
Yeah.
That's why I would not do it in Ohio. Like, I'm not moving to Lake Erie. I'm not dealing with that lake effect snow. I'm gonna go out on a coast
So
somewhere
cold.
where I can actually own a decent sized sailboat and actually sail the thing and not in circles. So I think that'd probably be the number two thing we did is go somewhere we've always wanted to go and set down some more roots. Probably after the girls are graduated and gone their ways, and just how nice it would be to sit out there and do the stuff you want to do, read books, whatever it might be. Just right out there looking over the water. I've always wanted that. There's something about the sound of water. She's the same way I am. We always want to be around it. So
it is comfy.
Sure.
So that'd be my second one.
Cool. For my second one, I would start not anywhere similar to Taylor, because to hell with other people. It's all about me and my money.
That's right.
I would.
Hey, you had Drewland. Get off.
Well, that's for him, though.
You know, I mean, but it would be for my friend. I mean, you know how nice it'd be if you didn't have to worry about a mortgage. You know.
Oh hell yeah, 100%.
You know, couple million bucks, you could have a crap ton of houses on the street. Again, none of them are extravagant, right? It's just what you need.
Oh yeah, I don't want a big house.
No. Eventually, eventually your kids will move out, God willing, and then you only need 2 bedrooms, a guest room for when the grandkids come over, and that's about the end of it. You don't want your kids to come back.
Yeah,
you've done had enough of their shit. But for me though, I would start a production company. I think it'd be neat. Like, I don't know if it's necessarily that's the right phrasing for it, but like I see guys that have like creator spaces. But it doesn't have to necessarily be like for YouTube people or anything, but just to have like a neat space where you could have different things, have different people, talents come in, and just do something neat. Like, I just think those creative spaces are awesome. It'd be neat to like host, similar to Taylor there. See, I am giving, damn it. Have like, kids from school come in and, try different things out, have instruments there for them or camera equipment, just have a really cool creative space. Like Graham's wanted to learn, drawing. I mean, dude, there's been things in my brain. I like creating stuff. It'd be neat just to not have to worry about money and do it and have other people come and collab with you.
it'd be super
fun.
cool.
Well, doesn't I think a lot of universities have that kind of space. Like, doesn't Otterbein? They have a.
No, I barely went when
I thought
paid money to go there.
Okay, less them. University of Minnesota. I think that's how like Mr. Science Theater started up. They pretty much kind of went to
I'm
like
sure they all do.
KMCA or something like that.
The most I remember about Otterbein is when we would help Jared do his little BS broadcast from there. And I went in with a whole bunch of wires and we found out how to hook up an iPod to it so he didn't have to change CDs anymore.
Oh boy.
Game changing, I believe he called it. Yeah.
I remember sitting in that radio station a couple times.
I remember calling my dad and him talking about feeding Girl Scout cookies between him and the damn dog.
It's
Oh
hilarious.
Idiot.
gracious.
Love that, man.
All
But it's my number
right.
2.
All right. I like that one. That's pleasant. Mm. Um, my number 2 is I will go with this one first. I would love to have a operational and also being able to fly it replica of a World War One biplane.
Oh wow,
That'd be
that'd be
cool.
wild.
Yes, because I do love those biplanes, and World War One air warfare, air combat, and stuff always very interesting to me. Um, and plus, I love my boy. One of the few things that I really enjoy in the Ghibli uh, catalog, Porco Russo.
Oh
That's
yeah.
yeah, he's my boy. So I don't know. It's just it'd just be fun to fun to do that. So very simple,
I,
but just it'd be fun to have that and just fly around like a maniac with it.
would you have gun simulators on it?
Oh, I'd have to, yeah,
Well, hey,
yeah.
it's part of the experience, you know.
Right, right.
Have you seen the movie Flyboys?
I feel like it's been a very long time.
Put it on your list, Taylor. If you like World War One fighting movies, that's it. It's a fun
Okay.
movie. It's a good ride, some would say.
See, for me, it's not my third one, but my third one's kind of adjacent. It would be a P-51 Mustang. I would absolutely
Okay.
love to have a P-51 Mustang. That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Just ripping around in that thing. It's such an
Right.
iconic sound too. Everybody's gonna know where you're going by.
There's that Graham, 4:00 in the morning, buzzing the house.
I just like the biplane. I could almost imagine myself being one of those maniacs that lived during that time to be like, oh, we're gonna do the whole crazy. Let's stand on the
Oh,
the plane. Yeah, that would be. I'd be that one of those idiots there. So yeah. So
what is it?
I
Taylor's
guess,
out there on his Sopwith, I think it is, Camel or something. Brr, brr.
hold on,
You
let me
got
check
the
something real
scarf
quick.
behind you with the leather pilot's cap. with
Look,
the colors. Ahoy there! Brr.
right.
Oh
Nah.
man.
That would be cool.
That
But
would be
I've always
fun.
loved the Mustang, so it'd have to be the Mustang, I think, for me.
No, I mean that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, because for me it's like it jumps from that up to okay, I just want like an SR-71. Let me experience that kind of thing, right? Let me do that.
On the edge of the
This-
atmosphere, yeah.
Yeah.
No one will ever know you're there.
Right. I'll just turn on the speaker for the X-Men theme. So that's pretty much what that.
Nice.
Right.
You're not wrong, yeah.
Very nice.
So, but okay, Graham, over to you.
All right, my last one. I have 2 tiers of this actually. So the first tier would be the ultimate lottery. We're talking like you win $1 billion or just when it gets up there in insane amounts that you can't even imagine. Is I would get my pilot's license, and I would even push for like a maybe one step above private pilot license. And then I would buy not like a Cessna, but like one of those small jet powered, the real small ones you see business guys use all the time or whatever, purely so I could travel from wherever I'm living back to visit my family, go wherever we want to go around the country pretty quickly and easily. That would require a lot of money, a whole lot of money, and a whole lot of time. So that's like the ultimate lottery. Literally, money is no object. Now, if it was a lower level of lottery, I would look to join. I'm sure they've got to be out there with like private airline clubs, where if you're rich enough, you can join a club where you get use of those kind of small planes to fly around when you need to, instead of having to fly commercial. I would look into something like that so I could still jet around the country like I wanted, but not have to actually own the plane or get my pilot's license if I didn't want to. But like if say I lived in Oregon and I wanted to fly back to visit, you guys or wherever you're at or whatever, how cool it would be just to request one of those jets to shoot me there for the afternoon and shoot back instead of having to take a commercial flight back and forth. Even if you're in first class or whatever, I'd still rather have that kind of private jet just to get around easier. Hey, you want to go spend the weekend in Colorado? All right, let's go. Hop in, order the plane or whatever, and take off. Whereas when you own it, it's super nice because then you can just do whatever you want. But
Yep.
so that would probably be part functionality to be able to get around, part because how badass would it be to either be part of that club or own one of those planes and be able to fly it? It'd just be so cool. And you guys would be in that thing constantly. I'd fly in, pick you up. We'd be
I would so trust you.
hell yeah,
flying me
get in,
across.
man. Let's go. We're going to Vegas. You want to go to
Boy.
Montana? We're going to Montana for the week. Let's go. We're
Right.
hunting. We're going hunting.
I'd go to Montana before I went to Vegas.
Same here,
Abs-
actually.
Yeah,
Vegas
probably,
smells like
probably.
a urinal.
And it's super
Ooh.
loud. I did not like Vegas, especially coming from rural Ohio. Not a fan of Vegas.
So I had a
So-
friend go a couple years ago, and he sends me a video. He's like, "Hey man, check this out." I'm like, "Okay," and it's this guy pulls down his pants, takes his shit right there on the sidewalk, pulls his pants up without wiping, mind you, and like tries to scoop his shit in a storm drain. And I'm like, "Why did you send this to me?" He's like, "I thought you'd like to see it." So what about our relationship has ever said?
Yeah, that I would like to see this.
So, and I've already been to
Hmm.
Vegas, and I didn't enjoy it then, and I certainly ain't going now that I know that man's shit stains the sidewalks.
Well, I'm sure he's one of very, very, very many too. So I doubt
Yep.
he's the only one out there defecating on the street. So
That's messed up, dude. I have never crapped in public, so
I can say the same. I
Only
like-
out in nature.
Yeah, I might have done it out there a few times.
we've all had to poop in the woods
And that's
or
fine.
the river.
That's in a
my case.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
with
that's only
nature.
out in nature. Yeah, that's nature.
that's
It's
where
not in
the
public.
the
it's
deer
nature.
are. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
They're doing the same thing. So
Circle of life. Just kind of.
I'm
Beautiful
sure some
song.
beetles or something will eat it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Love
Good
it.
fertilizer.
All right, well, my number 3, and I kind of alluded to it because Graham brought it up, is I would buy a golf course. I would want to make sure that again, it doesn't need to be the nicest golf course because who knows if I'll run it worth a damn. And also, coming from the high school I went to in Sparta, Ohio, my school wasn't full of money, and we never really had a great golf course to play. When I was there, we had a decent course, which was Table Rock. But after I was gone, I heard they were playing at Big Walnut, which I love. It's a near and dear to me golf course, Big Walnut. But, I would like to think that I could offer some really good rates for schools so they could have a good course to play on and, grow the game that, you could play your entire life.
Yeah.
Now, what would you make it like fairly? Like, how would you make the course? Would you make it like just kind of with some tricky spots, or kind of a difficult course, or a
So-
little bit of an easier course,
Right,
or
well, so I'm all for an easier course, especially for certain people. Like, I don't need to have a 500-yard long par 4. That's just stupid. That's a very small subset of people that could play that. But I'm all for like ponds, minimal bunkers, and as much natural trees as you can. The
Hmm.
reason I don't like bunkers is that's actually a hell of a lot of upkeep. It's probably one of the more expensive things on a course, I would say, to maintain properly.
Mm,
You see these pros on TV and they make it look like it's the easiest thing in the world. Well, it sure is when the bunker has sand in it. And that it's not a dusting of sand with hard pan right underneath of it like I get to play on all the time.
mm.
Drainage is a huge problem for bunkers. So, some water, super acceptable. Trees, very natural, good for you. Promotes oxygen. Throwing sand in the middle of everything is just kind of stupid. High grass is fine. But just, moderate challenge. I'd call it not an easy course, but definitely not an expert course.
Mm.
Yeah.
Something accessible for a wide range of ages and, there's a course I used to enjoy in Ohio, and then Dan went with his kid, and they didn't want his kid to play there, and that's just stupid. Um,
You mind saying it?
oh, Arrowhead. I don't know.
Right.
I don't even know if Arrowhead's
Oh.
still there. Yeah, Arrowhead didn't want Dan to go there with one of his kids. They said he was too young, and who the hell is that guy?
I'm pretty sure it's still open
Um,
because I think Dan and I played there last year.
Yeah, maybe he got over it. But I mean, I don't like that mindset. Like these people just think they're all something special. I get it.
Mm.
You don't want to have like a 4-year-old running around and they get hit in the head with a golf ball. But if you're there with your parent, who the hell are you to turn away someone's kid and money?
Yeah.
Stupid.
Okay, even let me take both the girls with me one time. And I was like, do I need to pay for them or anything? They're like, are they golfing? I was like, no, they're right in the car. They're like, whatever, get out of
You're
here.
so brave to bring 2 children.
They were very, very well behaved. So
Man,
that was before they turned into. Never mind. Moving on.
heathens.
Never
But-
mind.
Yep.
Mm.
I think it'd be fun to
Okay.
run a golf course with my wife.
Yeah.
She'd probably kill me, but
I would imagine. Yeah,
That's coming
that'd be fun
anyways.
for you.
yeah, the day's coming, so get ready.
All right. So my last one here is I'd like to don my Indiana Jones hat and whip and go through Turkey and the Mesopotamian area and stuff, and just all sorts of archaeological ancient areas and stuff, and just kind of. I don't even have to do the digging or anything like that. I would just, like just be able to snoop through there and just kind of like be like, oh, this is really cool. Like Göbekli Tepe or like Darren Kuyu or whatever there in both of those in Turkey. But that and like different parts of like Greece and stuff like that. Just go on I don't know, just an ancient world
That would be fun.
just tour kind of thing.
It could be
and
very
just,
difficult too, though. Well,
That's
I
where the
guess
money
it's
comes
also
in.
not the 1900s either. You're not having to worry a whole lot about dysentery and all those other
Right.
diseases. We have
Your
ways
whole
around it
family
now.
died of dysentery.
That's right.
So it's probably a lot safer
Yeah.
nowadays. But
Yeah,
Still.
outside of
Not
some
that it's the
crazy
same
things,
area, but is anybody excited about The Mummy 3? Oh, sorry. Well, look, it's really The Mummy 3 because the real Mummy 3 didn't happen. But Brendan Fraser coming back for one last ride with what's her face?
what
Yeah.
Rachel Weisz?
Rachel
Yeah,
Weisz.
something.
Thank you.
Uh,
Super excited.
I'll see what the reviews say first. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's been a while. I mean, I
Yeah.
that's
assume
why
with
I'm not
the
too excited about it.
2028, I think.
I was gonna say I don't remember any. Like I
Remember
I
the first
vaguely
one a
remember the
lot.
first two, but I don't remember anything about the third one other than
Perfect. That's the way it should be remembered, is not at all. Because when you take for me, those first 2 movies were iconic, right?
yeah.
Take Rachel Weisz out, it's not the same movie.
No, she's integral to those movies for sure.
She absolutely was.
See.
Absolutely was, man.
Let's just say I'm on the same excitement level for that movie as I am the new Legend of Zelda movie. As in, I will wait and see what happens. So
It's probably going to be horrible.
I don't trust any new movie that comes out anymore. So it's like I'll just wait. So
But so would you actually have an Indiana Jones hat?
Oh yeah.
And
Would you wear the
Are
satchel?
you serious? Are you,
satchel?
yes.
Wear the
Uh,
satchel.
yes.
Yes.
Like, I mean,
You already have
yeah.
the satchel. You look like
Well,
you're ready to
yeah,
go
he
get it.
looked like he was
No,
wearing a
no.
satchel.
I mean, I have a leather bag. It's not quite the same. It's not.
Oh,
Can you
man.
imagine him
But,
out there
yeah.
with his, his dress shirt unbuttoned clear down to here, out there with his Indiana Jones hat on?
It's a little leather bag.
Oh,
yeah.
beautiful. There's Skittles in there.
You're gonna have to beat that thing up a little bit.
I do.
Taylor,
So,
I
let's go kick
expect
it in the
you
dirt for a
by
bit.
by
All right.
next year, you better have the whole outfit ready to go.
Oh yeah, you better be standing in the back of the corner whipping it at the camera.
It's just. Oh.
It's hot out there, though. You gotta be ready for that.
Oh yeah.
You're
Oh,
used
yeah.
to that Ohio weather.
Well,
Yeah.
that I mean,
Well,
I
he got
got used to
acclimated to Japan,
the
so
the humid heat there, so the dry heat's a little bit different.
me, I would
Oh,
be on the verge of death for several weeks until I started to acclimate. Just kill me. Graham, we just walked from the car.
Tanner's back there hitting you with a hurry up.
Come on now.
I didn't want him to bring it. I knew this would happen.
Fantastic.
I think also the part of it's the that get that Castlevania Belmont business with
Heck
the whip.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Somehow I still would die of dysentery. We don't know how.
Probably. It's not the way to go, man. It's not the way to go.
No,
That's
it's
not.
not.
Real shitty way to go. So
Oh, but
100%.
I didn't know what that was in back in the day. I just knew
That's
my
like,
family always died from it in that damn game.
That's like makes me think of consumption.
I was about to actually bring that up.
Don't
Consumption.
they think that
Consumption
might have been cancer?
That's what I've heard, but I don't know
They-
how.
Maybe it was cancer.
Yeah, it is a very interesting choice of word. Consumption.
Yes. Well, and I've
Was
heard
that lack is that lack of consumption? Your family,
Well, no.
or did they just said your family starved, right?
didn't your body just kind of like
No.
break down?
I don't know.
Yeah, your body. Yeah. Well, yeah, with like they just kind of like, oh, you just kind of broke down and died, so they would just be like, oh, it's consumption. That's how they wrote it off.
I feel like they used the terms very broadly for many things, so it's
Right.
kind of hard to trace exactly.
The
Could have
the
been many
humors
things.
are a little out of sorts.
Yeah, the leeches didn't do their job.
Oh,
Damn
boy.
leeches. That's nasty. I'd hate to wake up with leeches stuck
They
all over me.
they still do it to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, good for them.
Which would you have that or the maggot ones that eat the dead
Yep,
skin?
They use maggots
yeah.
too. So
leeches. I'll take the leeches.
Say leeches.
I hate flies. They're horrid.
they would be contained, Drew. They would be medically monitored. They would be sterile. You would be fine.
Just-
They're not.
just
They're
shoot
not
me.
digging it out of the Burger King's dumpster. You're gonna be okay.
Dumpster. That's just the fryer. What are you talking
That's
about,
true.
man?
Oh.
Burger King.
Crawling it underneath it.
I tell you what, though, Burger King, low key, they have jalapeno cheddar pops. Low key, one of the better jalapeno cheddar.
They're not
pops.
bad. They're okay. When you get a good batch, they're not bad. I've had some absolutely horrid batches though.
Yesterday's grease,
Yeah.
last month's grease, perhaps.
Where they fry them way too long and all the cheese inside is like plastic. It's like, all right, this
That's
is
or not
Mm.
even in there. The cheese is all gone.
Yep.
And you have a
Oh,
husk.
because it's oof.
Boy,
I
that
will
burns
say-
my ass.
I will say one more before we go, and this is like money is never a problem. I would buy a minor league baseball team.
Oh my god.
I think that would be so because I don't know how to run a baseball team, but I would hire people that absolutely knew what they were doing and let them.
But
run.
I've watched Moneyball.
3 times. I got it. No, I
Yep,
think it'd be fun to own like some kind of minor league team, preferably baseball. Always go to baseball
be-
games when you want. It'd be cool.
Sure.
It's a rich man's activity. You know what I mean? So,
It is. A distant one for me would be to go to space. You know, you get one of those super expensive tickets and just see the Earth, see if it's flat or round.
Are you going to come back and kiss the ground?
No, it's gross. No.
Call yourself an astronaut?
Yeah, well, absolutely, I'm an astronaut at that point, right? But like, I mean, just think how that'd be a beautiful thing to go up there and see it.
No, you're a participant of a space flight, not an astronaut. Okay.
Look, bitch,
You've
if you're in
done nothing
space,
to earn
you're an
the title.
astronaut.
Astronaut stolen valor here.
Seriously. The other astronauts are going to beat you up when you get back.
It's like calling
No, they're
yourself
not.
a sailor
They're-
because you
they've
were
been
on a
up there for
boat
too
once.
long, their bones and shit are all the
Yeah.
density's gone. They're all weak. They ain't do nothing to me.
So
I heard, like,
basically, Drew would be like John of Mars there.
oh, great movie. John Carter of Mars. I'm reading the book.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
I'm 6 chapters deep at least
How long have you been reading it?
since Christmas.
Not bad. Okay, I thought you were going to say like
Alright.
3 years. No, good.
When
Very
I
nice.
when I sit down and have like 20, 30 minutes, it's nice. What gets me, like, I don't know how you guys do it. When I'm reading, I need quiet.
I'll listen
That
to
shit
music
does-
sometimes, but
That does, I don't know how
No,
you
I
could.
can't. I have to be quiet too.
There's no such thing as quiet in my house. So
no, I get that. Well, so that's why I listen to music. But you got to understand, I'm not listening to like regular music. I'm listening to like very low key, quiet music.
Oh, like instrumental.
That, or I will look up, depending on the theme of the book, I'll look up music that kind of follows that theme. So, like,
Mm,
the book I finished in one day was Project Hail Mary, which, Drew, I think you'd like that book. It's a pretty good book.
I want to see the movie. I really like the I can't think of his name now, but I really like that guy.
What's his name? I know who you're talking about. But I can't
He's
think of his
married to
name.
Eva Mendes, which
Doing all right for himself.
he's doing all right. Now, what the
But,
heck is his name?
So I pulled up the Death in Space soundtrack and listened to it while I read it, and it just adds a little bit of more ambience to it. So I'll pull that, or it'll
Ryan
just be like,
Gosling.
it's Ryan Gosling. I thought it was someone else.
No, it's Ryan Gosling.
Okay, I didn't
Hmm.
realize he was married to Eve Mendes either, which makes sense. So
It does. Yeah, I really liked the Blade Runner 2049 with him. I thought that was a great movie.
love that movie. Love
It's
that movie
it's
so
the
much.
only thing Harrison Ford has come back and done a remake of that wasn't awful.
Yeah,
Indiana
it's
Jones,
incredibly
Star
good.
Wars. Come on, Harrison, you're better than this.
Apparently not.
he's just getting a paycheck. Come on.
I know.
I think the guy who directed Denis Villeneuve, I think, directed Blade Runner.
Villanueva or something.
I always thought it was Villeneuve. I don't know. Whatever. It's
Yeah, it
French.
could-
don't
yeah.
care. Or French Canadian, one of the two. Whatever. I don't speak that language.
But-
Don't care.
It's a great
But
movie.
I think that's why it was such a good movie, is because that director did it, and he's done a ton of good, really good movies.
Mm.
So there's several
mean,
movies of his I've watched and I liked.
Yeah, you were literally back in the world set, what, in the 80s? Like, you were right back in it, just with slightly better visuals because of technology.
Oh yeah.
The
And a very good
cinematography in
story.
both. Oh, yeah. The cinematography is great in both. The story is great in both. Honestly, I think the story's better in 2049
Same
than
here.
even the original. I think some of it's too because you understood it going into it. You knew what you were getting into.
The other one's a bit
Does
of
it
a
is it
shock, So
is it carrying the themes? Because have either of you read the book?
I dream of electric sheep, or do androids dream of
Yeah,
electric sheep? No, I never read
do
it.
Android drink? Okay, all right. So, like, because I really like the book, and I do like one of I don't remember which version of the movie it is. I've actually never seen 2049. So, does it carry on, or is
Yeah.
it go exploring different themes?
It's
At
it's
that.
almost a direct continuation.
Yeah, it definitely.
But
ties
is it a
into
direct Well, okay, so is it a direct continuation
Of the
in
movie.
that? Well, oh, I get that, but I mean, because in the movie, didn't they're like in the book, Decker is flat out a human.
Yeah.
It's he is losing his humanity. In the movie, in the first movie, we're kind of trying to be a little wishy washy with it. Oh, is he actually a replicant or Reploid or
So-
whatever?
They'd never answer that question. At least I don't think they did. So
Okay, and they keep it kind of, because that was, I guess, the one thing that sort of annoyed me was that they were trying to, at least in the original movies, that they tried to like, oh no, it was, I get it, whatever, but in the same hand, it took away from how the book was really exploring that idea of here's a human who is losing his humanity, killing things that are trying to gain their humanity, and or try to like defend their humanity,
Yeah,
so to say. So, but
I mean, it's pretty open ended. You know that the person, the lady he ran off with the end, she's a replicant.
Right.
But like, in the first movie they had that one like eye thing, which could have
the
'cause
test.
one whole movie, right, or one whole part in the whole movie ever alludes to that he's a replicant, really. And they don't really answer it. It's just still kind of there. It's just
Okay.
It's really well done. I think it's
Gotcha,
great. You should
gotcha.
watch it. It's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I can't answer your question. I haven't seen it soon enough to totally remember everything. But all I know is that Ryan
Mm.
Gosling crushes in that movie.
Crushed it.
He just does a brilliant job in that movie. So most of the stuff
Mm.
I've seen him in, I've always liked him in. He's a very, very good actor.
Have you seen The Notebook, Graham?
It's been a long, long time.
Did you?
I
did
don't
you
remember
cry
anything
in The
about it.
Notebook? Did you
No.
cry?
I did not. I saw him in Drive, which I think is an absolutely
Great
incredible
movie.
movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, that's a great
I
movie.
wasn't ready for that movie either. I was like, wow, this was like, I
Out
don't know
of
if it was ever
nowhere.
exciting, but you're just in the movie the whole damn time.
That's the movie that actually got me into that retro wave music because they featured
Hmm.
it pretty heavily, especially at the beginning, and I was like, "What's this?" It's like I like this, and it led me down quite the rabbit hole. So that's a great movie. Have you seen Drive, Taylor? No, I can answer that
No.
question for you.
Of course.
Yeah,
Um,
you
I
don't
mean,
understand.
it's Taylor. He's read the
Yeah,
book.
right.
It-
Yeah, right,
You
right,
read
right.
the book.
Read the playwright for it.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right.
Oh,
I
shoot.
just wanted to throw that other one in. Yeah. So, all
Beautiful.
right. We're ready to get out of here.
Send us home. Send us
All right.
home, buddy.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to Life Around 40, episode 24.
That's
That's
it.
correct. Thank you. I'm getting better. Check down in the description. You can check out all of our links there for their social media and our podcast, which I have updated and it is scheduled.
Woohoo!
So you can look for those as well so you can start listening to them on your drive. Thanks for checking in again, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.
Peace.
Bye.
Doodles.
The dreams we built when we were young, different song on every tongue. An astronaut to touch the stars, now counting miles in city cars. The paths we walked, the roads we chose, a different garden, a different rose. Oh, the life around 40, a curious view, looking back at the old, embracing the new. With a lottery ticket and a hopeful prayer for castles in Ireland and wine in our hair. What would you do? Where would you go? Join us next time on Life Around 40. We'll see you